Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to a very special edition today. My name is Sel, and I'm the founder of HSE Market Ghana. Today's edition is a very special one because we have this exciting news to share with you. We have a verified vendor that we want to introduce to you. All right. So this is actually one of the programs that we have where we'll be looking at some of the vendors we've got and review the product that they have in their store. All right. So that we can actually understand exactly what they do and do business with them. All right. So it is always important that we do business with vendors that are registered. All right. So, unlike basically many other marketplaces, we could actually deal with vendors, and sometimes it can be really, really frustrating if you're not dealing with the right vendor, a vendor that you can really trust, a vendor that is traceable, a vendor that's legitimate, right? So we try to make sure that we are scrutinizing all our vendors, and they all go through what we call the Know Your Supplier verification, right? So the Know Your Supplier verification is also known as the KYS, and that is how we make sure that we are checking, the identity of the vendor, their business registration, to make sure that they are traceable and all of that. All right. So today's edition, we're going to look at, one of such vendors on our platform and look at the product that they've got. All right. So without wasting time, I'm just going to quickly announce the vendor. But before that, I just want to say thank you if you are joining in. This is something we're going to be doing from time to time. All right. So now we're just going live every time to basically showcase all the things that we've got, especially on HSE Market Ghana. We're going to know all the product that these vendors have got, okay, so that we can all make good decisions, okay, especially when we have to keep the workplace safe. In fact, it is always important that we know where to source the right equipment, and that is the essence of our community. We build a community so that everybody just join, and it's easy to find what you want at any point in time. Do you get it? So without wasting time, I'm just gonna introduce the vendor, and drum rolls. Yes, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. So we have CAROK Global Limited, right? So CAROK Global Limited is actually a trusted vendor on our platform, and we need to recognize that. And this is actually for all of us to know that they are a legitimate company. You can do business with them. They've got a lot of interesting stuff that I'm going to be looking at. All right. So today I'm diving into their store to check what they've got. Okay, so that's actually very, very interesting, right? So let's try to understand exactly what CAROK Global is about. All right, so CAROK Global is actually doing some amazing stuff. So I'll just make my screen very big. All right, so they are actually a verified vendor, and as I did mention, they've completed our Know Your Supplier verification, and they've been approved as a trusted vendor on our platform. All right, so KYS verification is very, very important. It's a requirement that all business entities must verify their stakeholders, particularly their business partners, to ensure that we don't make the customers vulnerable, right? So you go through a rigid process where we evaluate business registration, confirm their legal identity, and to make sure that they are traceable, right? So that simply means that as a trusted vendor, they are maintaining due diligence in all their business dealings, and for that reason, there's not going to be any potential for things to go south, right, or south, right? Basically, we are trying to avoid fraud on our platform, and just like many other businesses or many other platforms, fraud is really, really important that we prevent in our business, because it's really, really difficult when you lose money or when you are swindled by a vendor, and that cannot happen on our platform, right? So we want to make sure that every single vendor on our platform has been verified and you can do business with them, right? So from time to time, we publish list of verified vendors in our WhatsApp community, and we also make sure that we announce them, all right? So this is one of such forum, right? So let's try to see what exactly they do, all right? So CAROK Global Limited is a Ghanaian-based registered company whose core business is in the field of engineering and safety. So this gives them the optimal understanding of PPE needs of the industries, right? And the vision of CAROK Global is the fact that they are trying to solve all HSE related issues with the experience that they've got. They have years of experience in the provision of health and safety, for light and heavy industries, all right, and also in engineering fields, right? So they're actually doing some amazing job. All right, so let me see if I can see my screen well, because I'm not seeing my screen well. Let me see. So CAROK Global actually is a distributor of true brand True Brands Workwear, Pulse 360. All right, that's right there. Graphics and Rata. Okay, where is it? Is it Bata Industrial Safety Boot? All right, so Bata Industrial Safety Boots, right? So that is pretty much what CAROK Global does. They are into Bata Industrial Safety Boots. Okay, so these are the brands that you can get from CAROK Global. Okay, so that's pretty much what they do, and I'm just gonna go further. All right, so in order for us to really know what they are about, all right, as a business entity, they've listed some of their products on our marketplace. In fact, they have a wide range of products and services, but we are actually privileged, to have CAROK Global list on our marketplace because they are quite a big brand. They've been in the business for a while, and it is really an honor to do business with them, and they have this amazing stuff. So without wasting time, I'll just share my screen so you can have a look at exactly what they have in their store. All right, so without wasting time, let's get right into it. But before that, let's give them a round of applause again, for the wonderful thing for going through, the KYS verification is very, very important because we want to make sure that, all of you, your interest has been safeguarded, because you cannot do business with a company that is fraudulent and they don't care about customer service and things like that. They are putting in the work, they're doing the hard work, making sure that, they are procuring the right set of safety boots, all the ranges of PPs and all of that. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right onto my screen so that we have a look at their store. All right, so that is the store right in here. All right, so their store is actually still populating. They are still populating a lot of products in there, so we're gonna make sure that we take a deep dive. Right, so they have first aid kits, right? So let me just make it a big screen. It's very, very important so that we really understand exactly what they do. Okay, so let's see this the product they have, right? So they have first aid kits for 100 people. All right, so if you have a construction site or you have a workplace where you have about 100 people, it is important that your first aid kit is adequate to cover the entire number of people that you have, right? There's even a requirement, a ratio of first aid kits to the workers, right? But they are theirs is covering 100 people, right? So if you have 100 people, you need to make sure you have first aid kits at your workplace. Now that is an important part of emergency response. So if you don't have first aid kit, you're actually setting yourself up for failure when accident happen or any injury at the workplace. Then the situation is going to worsen just because there's no first aid. All right, so there's an important requirement. They've also got safe toe rain boots. So these are gum boots that you can use when you're working in basically wet environments, wherever there's potential for exposure to wet, or basically wet environment where you don't want to expose your foot to any water, because once you expose your foot to water consistently and you're wearing some sort of inappropriate safety boot or inappropriate boot or footwear, you're gonna have foot rot. So it is very, very important that you have safe toe rain boots. All right, so if you need safe toe rain boots, make sure that you visit their store. All right, their store is basically the fact that once you visit our website and you come all the way down to our vendor list, you're gonna find CAROK Global, right? So I'm gonna even share their link on our pages so that you can all click on it to visit their product page, right? They also have Safe Max coverall. All right, so they've got Safe Max coverall. They've also got reflective Lacoste. Today someone asked of reflective Lacoste, right? And I directed them right here because they've got a lot of these Lacoste. Now reflective Lacoste actually makes you look very, very smart at the workplace, and it's actually a visible vest, right? A high visible vest in a sense that, or a high visible Lacoste in a sense that even at night you can be found. Yet there's been a lot of incidents where people get run over by vehicles just because they are not wearing a visible vest. So visible vest is really, really important. All right, visible vest or visible Lacoste or visible shirt, these are really, really important in the night, especially where there are moving equipment, mobile equipment, and all of that. You need to be found. All right, so they've also got sneakers, various smart sneakers. These are very, very nice sneakers that you can wear and you feel very, very smart at the workplace, right? But they meet the requirement of safety boot because they have toe cap, right? a metallic toe cap. It's very, very important so that if something hits your leg, your toes are going to be saved, right? So it's a steel cap, a steel cap, right? Steel toe cap. They have that, all right? So the brand is JD Ash Sneakers, right? They have JD Ash Sneakers. They've got body harness. They've got Angry Ram safety boots. They also have Safe Max coveralls. They have True Work trousers. They've got KTS safety shoes, right? So they have a lot of safety shoes. They're actually experts in safety shoes. If you need, safety shoes in bulk, you can always get in touch with them. They're gonna sort you out because they are trying their best. They're importing and they are stocking in-house as well. All right. So they have all of these amazing stuff. Now, this very good Guyasa sneaker safety shoe, and this is also in high demand. Sometimes a lot of people tend to ask for these type of smart safety boots, and they also have this one, right? The true work wear. This is one of the popular brands when it comes to reflective shirts, right? And then they also got the Armor 360 CAROK safety boot. All right, so these are the products that they have in their store, and they are still adding on. They are still listing a lot more products. All right, so guys, let's give them a round of applause for the amazing work that they've done. They are still supporting the health and safety value chain. Yeah, so that's basically what we've been talking about. It is important that we support the health and safety value chain with the goods that we need to keep the workplace safe. All right, so that's pretty much what we did. What we are saying, that health and safety is not only about getting a job. It's only about getting a knowledge to build a capacity. It is a lot of things. So we have the job market where value chain the value creation thrives. We have the knowledge market where value creation thrives, and we have the goods market, and all of these are interrelated. All right, so we are very much committed to the goods market and want to make sure that you're keeping the workplace safe. Very, very important, because you need to find where to find the right equipment, and you don't have to struggle. And we want to make sure that at the point of your need, you're not going to fall into the hands of a fraudster who's going to swindle you of your money. And that is the essence of all of us, making sure that we have a close community of vendors we can trust, and at the same time, we're able to give them the audience they need, because you are very passionate about safety. They're equally passionate about safety, and all of us are passionate about safety. We want to make sure that the workplace is as safe as possible. All right, so thank you very much for your attention. All right, so this is exactly what we did today. We've been able to look at this vendor who is an important person in the business as far as safety is concerned, and they are very much committed to safety, right? So let's always make sure that we are looking out for CAROK Global. All right, you can always visit them on our websites. You can equally follow them on all social media platforms, right? Follow them on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. They are doing amazing stuff. Okay, all right, so that is it for today. Tomorrow we're going to look at another vendor. All right, so tomorrow we're going to look at another important vendor. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I believe that you found value in this short presentation. It is always important that we do some due diligence, and we're actually helping you, being a step ahead to make sure that before we even present you with a vendor for you to do business with, we have done our due diligence. And for that reason, you're a bit rest assured. I mean, you're 100% rest assured. But take note, when it comes to procuring any equipment from any supplier, make sure that the supplier is on your approved list of vendors. So we are hoping that you guys will onboard CAROK Global into your approved list of vendors. Bearing in mind that we've done the evaluation already, but you can equally do your verification to make sure that they meet your requirements. We have all their business registration documents, their identity, and everything. All right, so you can always request that from us. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for your attention, and I'm gonna see you guys in another video. Guys, cheers and have a good night. Bye for now.